to God. I was laughing so I couldn't control. Like, I feel like I'm about to start crying because I want to laugh. Like, that, I'm just remembering that shit was so fucking funny. I didn't get out the car because I feel like I'm about to have tears coming out my eyes, man. Like, because I remember that shit. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Shit. I'm about to start. I'm real loud about cry. I swear that shit. I'm remembering that shit. Like, I swear.
You know what I'm talking about, babe? Yeah. Now it's time for me to.
Hey guys. Welcome back to my channel. So, today, if you read the title, today, you know it's an Uber story. So, I'm not going to ramble too long. Y'all already know. Hey, thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel, for clicking on the video, for liking, commenting, leave me a comment. Y'all know I respond to all my comments. And if you haven't already gotten your drink, got your snack today, I'm drinking Moscato. I don't really drink Moscato that much. I really like red wines a lot. But today I was like, let me just drink one. I'm feeling like fall. I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of year. Like, I love the fall. So I got a little cute little crop knit sweater on. I got the Moscato. Got my hair pent up, and I got, you know, a little dark look going on because this is my time. This is my time. I love this time of year. But yeah, without further ado, y'all, let's get into the video. You know, get your snack, get your herbal essence, get all your stuff, and let's get into the video. Period. So this story is about the times where I would pick up I'm gonna tell y'all the drunk girl stories because I have so many of those stories. I'm gonna probably tell y'all like 3, maybe. Probably, it depends on how long. I'm gonna keep it under 20 minutes. But anyway, this is the story of the drunk girls of Uber. Like, I'm gonna tell you, people don't be right. Like, I don't know if they be trusting Uber like that. If you drunk and you know it's a safe way to go, like take an Uber. But when you're like drunk where you're about to black out, I don't think it's safe to just throw your friend in the car. I'm gonna tell y'all these stories. Maybe they did it because I was a woman and they felt more safe because, okay, she a woman, she ain't gonna do nothing to her. We could trust that she gonna get her home safe. Maybe that's they thought. I still wouldn't trust it because people be out here doing all kind of stuff. I don't know, I don't trust it. But let me tell y'all a couple of these stories. First story, I picked this lady up in Midtown. When I pull up, I see this guy and this girl holding a girl up. The girl is slumped over, not like this, but like her head, like I can't see her face. I just see her like they holding her up or whatever. So I'm like, okay, she drunk. But I'm thinking all of them are gonna get in the car. No, one opens the back car door and the other one sticks their head in the door and asks, are you here for, let's just name her Cindy. Are you here for Cindy? I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, this is her. I'm like, okay, the girl that's slumped over, that's Cindy. So they're like picking her head up and they're like, hey babe, are you okay? Are you gonna be all right? We got you the Uber, we finna put you in the car. She gonna take you home. She stick her head and she's like, okay, like drunk, you know, she barely talking or whatever. So they're like, babe, we finna put you in the car. This is how they be talking. Babe, we finna put you in the car and she gonna take you home. I'm looking at them and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Before she get in the car, wait a minute. Let me make sure the address is right. So I'm telling them the address. They're like, yeah, that's her address. I'm like, okay, is somebody gonna be able to get her? Is somebody gonna meet me? They're like, oh, you just pull up to her house. She could get out the car. She'll be able to get. I'm like, how she gonna get? I'm telling them, like, how she gonna get out the car and y'all holding her up? How she gonna get out the car? And they're like, she'll get out the car. She gonna be able to get out the car. I'm like, so let me tell y'all, I have so much. I mean, y'all didn't watch some of my videos. Some of y'all hear from Uber stories. I have a lot of patience, especially when it comes to women. The women, I feel like I'm more patient with the women than I am with the men because men be trying you. So, but the women, I be feeling some type of way. I be feeling like, okay, if this was me and I'm in this situation, I would want somebody to like, yes, a stranger, but I would feel like I want like almost like a earth angel, somebody that's gonna come and help me, guide me, make sure I get safe and not do anything malicious to hurt me or do something to me. That's what I would want. But you can't trust people. Like, I don't trust people like that. No. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just have to make sure she gets to her house. So she get in the car and she's laid over, and I'm telling her, I'm like, are you okay? You good? You all right? She's like, yeah. Like, she throw her hand in the air and she's like, yeah, I'm fine. Okay. I'm like, okay, I'm about to drive you to your house. So I'm driving to her destination. I get there, and when I get to the destination, I'm telling her, like, when I get to people's house and they be effed up, I hit all the lights in the car, pop the lights on. And I'm like, hey, like, I don't try to touch them or nothing, because I've already had encounters with people trying to fight me, and I don't even put my hands on them or nothing like that. So I don't touch nobody. I just be snapping, clapping. Hey, get up. Like, it's time to get up. So I'm like, hey, we here. Like, we here. So she pop her head up and she looking around, because I got some dark tinted windows. I told y'all I used to drive. If you new here, I used to drive a Dodge Charger, and my Dodge Charger had black tint, dark 5% all the way. So in the daytime, my car was dark in the inside. So it's nighttime. So she's sitting up. She can't see out the windows really. So I roll the window down. I'm like, are we at your house? This is your house? And she was like, yeah. I said, okay, you want me to help you get out? And she was like, yes. So I get out the car, and this stuff be so, like, I be low key, like, not paranoid, but a little bit, especially when it's like I'm not familiar with the area. Like, if it's sketchy, like if you from Houston and you driven in the Heights, some parts of the Heights is nice, and some parts of the Heights is like super sketchy, like scary. You be looking around the corner, and I swear it'd be like a crackhead. No, I'm not even joking. Like, it'd be like people on the corner at like 3 a.m. Like, what are y'all doing outside? Why y'all out here at this time? What are you doing? And they don't look like regular people. They look like they homeless or own some type of drugs or something, and they like just walking. So I'm looking around, and I don't even know why these people be buying houses in these areas, but I know in that area, like, it's starting to what's it called, gentrify some of them parts. I think I said it right, but yeah, that. And so they moving into them areas. So I get out the car, and I'm telling her, I'm like, come on, because baby, the car on, I'm about to peel off. Like, I'm gonna leave her ass out here. Like, I don't be wanting to do that, and I don't do that most of the time. I try to make sure they get in the house. She was so drunk, and I don't know if, like, listen, I ain't trying to be carrying nobody. I ain't trying to be dragging nobody. I ain't trying to be doing none of that shit. Like, I just be like, can you just get out the car and let me just make sure you just get in the house, and like, I got to just drive off. I got to hold her, carry her to the door, try to help her, I don't know how to get up in your house, ma'am. Like, where your keys at, where your shit at? Like, they just threw her in the fucking car and left her and went on about partying. They didn't even check. They're like, babe, call us when you get home. What? Won't y'all one of y'all need to come on and make sure she get to the house, or take her, do something. Child, we get to the door, and she trying to figure out the key. I'm like, what key do it look like? Can you help me? She barely can lift her head up. She is so drunk, toe up, messed up. Finally, I get to the door, and I let her in the house. And I promise y'all, I ain't stepping that lady house. She had her purse across her body, the keys. I put the keys in her hand. I opened the door. I pushed her in, like, not pushed her, but like I guided her into like the doorway. I closed the door, like she had like one of them locks on the little door lock, and I locked the bottom and closed the door, and I darted to my car. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't know what the hell. I was mad, but I was like not mad, because I'm like, she could have been with a man and he could have took advantage of her. Like, if you don't learn nothing from these little stories, I'm telling you, when you be doing these, when y'all be taking these Ubers, man, don't be trusting that the person got good intentions for you. Because it ain't a lot of people out here that's going to make sure you get... I could have been a man. I could have done something to that lady. I could have robbed her. I could have did anything. That shit is not safe. not, I don't think it's safe. But anyway, that's what happened with her, and I left. I was like, fuck this. I just left and went on to the next person. Let me tell you about this other drunk lady. This other drunk lady I picked up, she was an older lady. This girl was younger. The first girl was probably like in her 20s. This lady is probably like in her late 50s. So I picked this lady up, right? She was super drunk. Like, they all be super drunk. But she was super drunk to where she knew what was going on, but she still was like, she was one of them drunk people who like equilibrium be off. That's where you can't keep your balance. You can't walk right. You just all jacked up. So anyway, I pick her up at this little bar or whatever. She was telling me about her night and she had a good time or whatever. And she was with her coworkers that's younger than her. Her coworkers that's younger than her. She says she drinks, but she don't drink like that. Like, I guess whatever they was drinking, she don't drink that type of stuff. But she was like, I'ma just do it because, I wanted to have a good time. She was like, I don't really go out that much, da-da-da. She telling me all this stuff. So I'm thinking like, she feeling good. I ain't thinking she drunk when she can't walk. Man, let me tell y'all, we get to her destination. This is in Midtown. We get to her she lived in these like apartments that you gotta go through like you know how they have like the drive-through gate to go in, but it's a parking garage. She lived in one of those. Like, so her apartments was on top of the parking garage. So she couldn't get into the gate. The gate to get into the parking garage to get into the building. She couldn't get in. So she kept coming back to my car because I told you at night, I don't leave the ladies. I make sure that I watch them until I can't see them anymore. Same thing with her. She go up to the thing. She put in a little code in. She don't know it. She come back to the car and she's like, girl, I don't know how to get in the gate. And I'm like, I said, do you want to just sit in the car and wait till like a car come or something? Because I'll do that too. I'll tell them like, wait until somebody walk through the door or something like that. She's like, yeah, can I? And I'm like, yeah. So she's in the car. We wait or whatever. Somebody come and I see a car, like some lights. I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, some car coming, whatever. She's like, okay. I know y'all like, what's going on? What's gonna happen? Listen, I promise y'all, she gets out the car. Now, she don't walk to the gate and she was cool. Why the lady walked to the gate? It's a bush. Y'all know how they had like them big giant bushes, like to like kind of like cover up like the fences and stuff to make it look pretty or whatever. Okay. I don't know I don't know if the liquor had hit her. Cause sometimes when you could be cool, like in the building, and I know, drop a comment down below if this happened to you. This shit didn't happen to me before. I be cool inside the building, but as soon as I go outside, the wind hit me or like the car moving or something like that, that room starts spinning and shit. And you be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know I'm about to black out or I know I'm about to be fucked up. I know it's finna hit me. It's finna hit me and it's finna hit me like I promise y'all that must have been what happened to her, because soon as she was walking on the sidewalk, all of a sudden she hit the side, like her step must have went off. She hit the side, and she was fighting the bushes.
What?
She wasn't physical. The bushes was fighting her. She hit the bushes and bounced back, fell back, hit the bushes again, and fell all into the grass, into the ground.
Damn!
And I was just sitting there. I didn't get out the car. I just started laughing. I was just laughing and laughing and laughing. I couldn't control myself how much I was laughing. I was like, what the hell, man? How did she do that? Her purse went one way, she went one way, and the bushes was like she was just like bouncing off the bushes, like because it was multiple bushes. So she fell in between the bushes. So she hit one bush, bounced back, hit another bush, hit the next bush, and fell down on the ground. And I was like, oh my God, that shit was funny. And it was a car coming out the damn gate. So she didn't even make it into the gate to get into the building. She just laid on the floor. Now, let me tell y'all something. I swear to God, I was laughing so I couldn't control. Like, I feel like I'm about to start crying because I want to laugh. Like, that, I'm just remembering that shit was so fucking funny. I didn't get out the car because I feel like I'm about to have tears coming out of my eyes, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Shit. I'm about to start. I'm real loud about cry. I swear that shit. I'm remembering that shit like. I swear. Hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Okay, I'm about to get myself together because I promise y'all, like my eyes. Y'all see my eyes? Y'all see my eyes? Cause y'all don't know, cause y'all ain't see that shit. Just imagine you fighting, and it's like, oh, WWE. I know everybody don't watch wrestling. When you hitting the fucking when the people bounce off the damn thing, off the what is it, the little rails that look like bungee cords. That's what she looked like, man. I swear to God. She just laid in the ground. And I know she was laying in the ground looking at the sky like, what the fuck just happened? She just laid there. I just gave her a few minutes, and when I seen her starting to get up, I just backed the car up and I just left. I just left. Oh my God. I know she was embarrassed. I wasn't finna do it like that. I didn't even want to go ask her, are you okay? Are you I didn't say nothing. I just left. I was like, this lady probably is, I couldn't do it like that. Cause the way I'm laughing right now, I swear to y'all, I was in my car hitting the steering wheel, laughing. I had tears coming down my eyes. I was laughing because that shit was I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, how did she do that? Like, what? Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all the next one. This is the last one, but I got more. I swear I got some more. But this lady, this was during Christmas time. My favorite time of the year. I fucking love Christmas. This lady here, I picked her up 3 times in one night. I ain't never did that. This was like early Uber. Probably I was like 2 years in the Uber. This lady, I picked her up 3 times in one night. I'm gonna tell y'all about this dude that I picked up 3 times in one night too. But this girl, it was a couple. She was older. They were older. They probably was in their like 50s, late 40s, early 50s. A white couple. And I picked them up from a beautiful freaking mansion in River Oaks. I picked them up. So they lived in River Oaks and they were going to a party in, I want to say, the Memorial area, which is not far from where they live at. So probably it was like a 15-minute drive. It was like up around the corner. So when I picked them up from their house, the house all beautiful, Christmas decorations everywhere. It's fucking nice. It's beautiful. I pick her up. She in this beautiful red dress, like a little cocktail dress. And they were telling me, oh, we're going to a company party, whatever. They telling me, because people always get in the car and they always tell me shit, like where I'm going, what they're doing, da-da-da. She get in the car. Her husband was saying, like, telling me a little bit about, like, what he do in the company or whatever and stuff like that. Like, they just small talking stuff and ask me stuff about me, da-da-da. Okay, pick them up, drop them off, right? So I'm driving around and I like to stay. Sometimes this was a weekday. So this probably was like a Thursday or a Wednesday. I like to stay like in the areas where I get the most things. So in that area that I was picking them up in, I got like a lot of rides in that area at night. So I was like, I'm gonna just stay in this area. So the night go on, I probably picked them up at like 6 or 7. I picked them up a second time. The second time I picked them up, I took them to a little bar. Picked them up, and I was shocked that I had picked them up again. So when they got in the car, she was a little bit tipsy, but she wasn't gone yet. She was just tipsy, and she was like, oh my God. They always get extra crazy when they get the same person again. They was like, oh my God, I never had this happen to me before. I never had the same driver in the same day. That's so cool, like going on. Like, so they started telling me about the party. The place I dropped them off at was fucking beautiful too. So they was telling me about that. They was telling me about the people who they don't like or who she didn't like or whatever. She was just going on, like how women just talk, it's another woman. So you be catty and stuff. She was like, oh, she was wearing this, da-da-da. And they got money. So she basically was talking shit on this other lady, and her husband was just sitting there, just doing his thing. He wasn't tripping. He was cooling. I asked them like the place I'm taking them to. They were like, "Oh, we just want to get a nightcap before we go home." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I took them, whatever. So time go on. Probably when I picked them up at this time, it probably was like 11 when I picked them up and took them to the thing. Took them to the little bar, and I left. I didn't think that I was gonna get them again because where I took them to, I started driving towards downtown, but they were like off of Washington or something like that, some little bar. I'm driving on I-10 and I get a ding. So I'm like, okay, I see the name and I'm like, this is them again. How the hell so I go pick them up. They get in the car. She gone. She not slumped over, but she's super drunk. I could just tell like she is okay. Her hair was short. She had like short blonde hair. Her hair was all nice, curled, cute, like little short blonde hair, little pixie cut thing going on. It was real cute. Second time I picked her up, her hair was still really nice. It wasn't messed up. I picked her up the third time, her hair was, when I tell you, I don't know if she took her hand and like shaked her head around or what. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know. Her hair was jacked up. Like, I don't know what the hell they was doing. I don't know. Her husband still looked put together. He wasn't toe up. I guess he knew he must have either stuck to what he knew or he just don't drink like that. He just probably was like, you know what? You could let loose. And some couples are like that. I was like that in my marriage. Most of the time I didn't drink. If I knew he was gonna drink, I would just be like, do your thing. I ain't gonna drink because one of us gotta be sober for these kids. So, you do you, and then I'm gonna be good. Or it'll be like, you could do you, and then I'm gonna take care of you. You be straight, or whatever. I guess that's what they had going on. I don't know. Anyway, she get in the car, and she touching my arm, and she telling me, she just more loose, like just talking more stuff to me or whatever. And her husband was he was in the back. He was just like, yeah, we had a good night. It was nice. And she's like, I can't believe I had you 3 times. It must not be a lot of drivers out here because it's a weekday and it's Christmas time too, and it's kind of slower around the holiday time. It's a little slower doing Uber. So she was like, oh, that's so, just saying the same stuff. Like, I can't believe I got you 3 times. Man, I tell you, we got on the highway and we wasn't even on it for maybe like 5 minutes. She in the back and she's telling him, she's saying it. I could hear her. I mean, we in the car. She's like, I need to throw up. He's like, right now? Like, he's like, right now? You got to throw up right now? Okay, wait. And he's like telling me, I'm like, okay, I'm on the I-10. I know y'all don't know what the fuck that is. Look it up, Houston. It's a big highway. It's a big freeway, whatever. I'm on that shit and I pull over on that shit. She gets out and that's so fucking dangerous because people be getting their car hit and all type of shit going on. I don't advise you to do that shit. You need to get off at the first exit and then pull off somewhere because people be driving drunk and slamming into the back of people on the freeway. It happens all the time, especially here, but don't do that shit. But I did this dumbass shit. I pulled over on the highway, on the shoulder, on the right. She hop out. And I tell you, the lady must have regurgitated her whole organs in the inside. Everything came up. She had her head over the damn. Luckily it wasn't nobody down there because she probably could have hit a homeless person with all that shit she had threw up. She was just letting it all out. Hair all over her head, dress all. She looked like she just went through it that night. I said, that's crazy how I seen her go from glamorous and beautiful to looking like, what the fuck? She was throwing up and shit. And she was like, when she got in the car, she was like, I'm so embarrassed. I think I had like some napkins or something. Normally I don't really carry anything like that. I don't carry too much shit in the car. It's just the car. It ain't nothing. But for some reason, I don't know why I had them in the car that day. But anyway, I was giving her the little napkins or something like that. And she was wiping her face and she was telling me how she was embarrassed. And she was like, I can't believe it. She was like, it's crazy. Like, you saw me when I got in the car and I looked nice. I'm like, I did. She was like, I feel so embarrassed. And I guess it's because, she come from that, that coin. And she was just like, I can't believe this. I'm super drunk. my head hurt. And she's like, I think once the car started moving, maybe that's why I felt like I had to, and she's like, I'm so thankful that you pulled over. Cause she was like, I don't want to mess up your car. Girl, I'm thankful too, because baby, I don't want you messing up my car either. But She was just like, just talking to me. She was really nice. And at the end of that, she gave me $100 tip. Well, her husband did, not her. Her husband did. He gave me $100 tip, told me Merry Christmas, da 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 da, and they got out the car and went on about their day. And I was like, oh my God. I gotta tell y'all stories about those tips that I be getting too. I'm gonna have to tell y'all those stories. Maybe I'll tell y'all those when I do later. I'm gonna make a note of it. I'm gonna tell y'all about the tips I be getting. But well, I did get. But anyway, that was a story. She was crazy. She was cool. She was a gossiping type of lady. She talked me to like from Texas to motherfucking Florida. She talked the whole goddamn time. And it was a vibe. And I liked her, but it was funny just watching her transition from being, like I said, glamorous to being like, I'm gonna put a video. Y'all know how I be putting a video. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. But anyway, if you like the story, if y'all like my vibe, y'all like everything about me. Anyway, if I made you laugh, I made your day. Welcome fall. Put all that shit in the comments. And I'll see you guys in my next upload. I love you guys so much, and bye.